Hello everyone, Barb here from barbaderholt.closetomyheart.com. Well, I hope that your new year is starting out fabulously. I fell on New Year's Eve and bonked myself up pretty good. In fact, my poor little finger here is a little bruised, and I've got bruises on my hind end and my leg, but nothing's broken, and I'm okay, and I will heal. That being said, as we start the new year in 2024, I thought it might be a good idea to go through my list of the 10 things that I think a new paper crafter should have on hand. I will admit that a lot of the things on my list are from close to my heart. That makes sense. It's my favorite company and I think they have fabulous products. But know that you can use whatever you like. It is personal preference all the way. So, item number 1. You need to have a good pair of scissors. These are close to my heart's non-stick micro tip scissors. Very sharp. They come with this nice little cover for them. These are brand new ones that I never use. They're just there to look pretty. The ones that I do use here, I don't even put the sleeve on them, but I have them tucked in a little bin. But a good pair of scissors. The next thing is adhesive. I always say you do you, whatever floats your boat, use what you like. I use liquid glue and tape runner. There are little tape runners like this that are very handy and easy to hold. You know that I love, for those of you who watch my videos, I love my big ATG. That means Advanced Tape Glider. And I think I got this with a coupon at Michael's or something, but you can get them online and at stores. I like it because it has 36 yards of adhesive. There's a love-hate. Some people hate them. You have to know how the unwinding occurs and how to fix it if it gets off track. And I think after all of these years of using it, I've got that figured out. It is light. It looks like it's a big heavy thing, but it isn't. I also love that it's big and giant because I don't lose it. Little guys like this are cute and wonderful, but they get lost in my clutter pile when I'm creating. I'm a mess. So that's why I have this. So good adhesive. Number 3, you're going to want a paper trimmer. This is the new one that I just got. This is from Tim Holtz. I'm going to put it this way because I think you can see it. Now, I recommend when you're starting out that you get a glidey style paper trimmer. Don't get the kind that's a guillotine, choppy kind. I'll show you what I mean. So this is also Tim Holtz, and it chops. When you're first starting out, you do want to get one that glides. I also recommend that it has at least 6 inches of platform on one side of the blade and 1.5 inches to 2 inches on the other side of the blade for paper placement. The other thing you want is to make sure that it has arms that extend out to the 12 inches. This one has 2. Let's see if I can get the other one out. Here it is. So you can see there that when I'm putting my 12 by 12 sheets of paper, I've got measurements all the way to the 12 inches. I've really been liking this. I'm kind of auditioning it. I love all the markings. I love that they have markings in the middle. It also does give you some guides for 4 1/4 and 5 1/2. And it's springy. And that comes in handy when you're sliding in a piece of paper because you don't have to lift it up to get your paper to go under there. And that was something I saw Tim Holtz talk about when he demonstrated this, that he doesn't like this kind of paper trimmer because you have to lift this up, put your paper in, and he didn't like that. So when he designed his, he wanted it springy so that it holds it up and you can just slide your paper on. And then as you push this down, it holds your paper in place and you do your cutting. So a good paper cutter, good paper trimmer. Lots of different brands. Fiskars has a lot. The Cricut one I also think is a very nice one, though it's small. Next you want a Versamat. This is just a fabulous tool for lining things up and working on. It's a good work surface. When you flip it over, it is a full padded surface, which is good for stamping on. So when you're doing stamping, this works wonderfully to give you that little bit of cushion to help get a better impression. When you do that, you do want to put a little piece of paper down first so that any over stamping happens on the paper so that you're not getting ink on this pad. But the Versamat, I think, is an incredible investment, and you will not regret it. The next thing is a collection of stamp blocks because, well, with close to my heart, the stamps are the clear acrylic and they're clingy and you put them on the individual blocks. I recommend that you get the 1x1 and a 2x2. But the other thing is, especially from close to my heart, if you are not sure which stamp blocks, if you look down at the bottom, it says recommended blocks and it will give you the sizes that they recommend. You can always use a bigger size. But as you get going with your stamping, you will find that, if it needs a 1x1, putting it on here is okay and it will work and it will do ya. And if this is what you can get, fabulous. Just have to be mindful that you don't get ink around the edges of the block. That's all when you're using too big a block. But several different sizes, and it's, add as you go kind of thing. That's what I did. Number 6, a stamp set. So I'm going to bring this back in. This is from the new catalog. This is the January-February 2024 catalog. And this stamp set is called Sweet Memories. I'm not recommending this one in particular, but I'm recommending this type of stamp set because it has several different sentiments on it that will work for a lot of different occasions. Just a note works for almost anything. Congratulations works for weddings, birthdays, graduations. Thank you is thank you. And then hello friend again is another one that can work for multiple things. So when you're looking to invest in stamp sets, you want to start investing in sets that give you multiple uses. I say minimally 3 uses. You will be on a good path to a good start with your stamp collection. Number 7, black ink. I use this VersaFine. This is something that I think I picked up, I don't know, online, or you might be able to get it at Michael's or Joann's. It's a pigment ink, and I really like it. It seems to give me good impressions. I also like the black. It's just the plain black ink from Close to My Heart. It isn't super special, but I always found that this was a really good quality black ink. Mine is actually a brand new one. My old pad was so sad looking that I just replaced it, but I haven't cracked the seal on that one yet. So definitely a good black ink. From there, go to a brown ink and a gray ink. And after you get those basic neutral colors, then venture into colored inks. Don't worry about colored inks in the beginning. Black, brown, gray, a tan, those will do well for you and cover all the bases. Number 8, stamped chamois. This one looks pretty sad. Doesn't matter how it looks, matters how it works. This has been, I've moistened this, so this is wet. You can pick it up and use it to rub. You can leave it, now I have it in the little stamp chamois holder, but you don't even need that. You can use just anything kind of plasticky that will protect your surface from the dampness. Or dig out an old rag. This works as well. Get it a little damp and you can use it to wipe. In the beginning, I also used non-alcohol baby wipes. Sometimes I used some paper towel, a couple of layers folded over, dampened. You just want to, once in a while, you should always clean your stamps, but let's face it, we don't. But especially if you're going from color to color or doing anything like that, anything real vibrant, you want to get that ink off of there, off of those stamps. Those will work. The last two, so number 9, I'm going to do some cardstock, because you do need to have cardstock to make cards. You want to make cards out of cardstock, not just, well, we used to call it typing paper. I think it's computer paper. It's thin and very flimsy. You want cardstock. Start out with some white. White will work for just about everything. Or this is a coordinating cardstock for the Let's Party stamp set, and so you get 2 of these different colors. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different colors, and 2 sheets of each. And that'll be a nice way to start. Then number 10, some pattern paper. This is the Let's Party pattern paper, and I will tell you, when I started using Close to My Heart's patterned paper is when I felt like I started making really pretty cards. Because the papers are so beautifully coordinated, it took so much work out of it for me, and it just made card making and scrapbooking so much easier. So invest in a good, pretty set of papers that you love. You can get papers all over the place. I just love Close to My Heart, and that's why I'm a maker. But aren't those pretty? And they would work to make lots of beautiful birthday or celebration cards. So that's it. That's my list of 10 things that I think will help new paper crafters get a good start. Start with what you can afford. I will tell you a little secret. If you let your paper crafting friends know that you are interested, they will help you by gifting you things. We who've been at it, I've been card making 25 years and scrapbooking 20 years. I have multiples of things. As time goes on, you buy different items, and we are more than happy to share those with people who are just getting started or who've been at it a while. We are very generous, giving people, I have found. So don't be afraid to let it be known that you're interested in paper crafting, but you just don't have the tools, and I am sure that people will help you out with that until you get your own preferences in mind and can buy your own items. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. If you found this video helpful, I'd love it if you'd subscribe. Have a blessed crafty day, and I'll see you next time.